lovers, it's Mike. It's Tuesday, the first day of our yoga week. Nadi is here. He'd like to say hello. We went for a walk. He's cuter than ever, fatter than ever. We're going to do the crown chakra sutras, the 7th chakra. We'll drop those in. And for some reason, these don't sink in because they're so heady. And not so functional, they're more ideas. I don't seem to remember them, so I'm going to work off my sheet here. The root chakra starts very functional and elemental, and then the higher we go, the more ethereal and mystical they get. So I hope you guys are really well. There's nothing much to report here. I did have a massage and some acupuncture. I've been doing the 10 a.m, 7 p.m. eating, and I'm really enjoying it. I like the idea of feeling a little bit hungry, and I like the idea of thinking about what I'm going to eat, especially at night, and I'm cooking more. So I'm really, really enjoying it. Watch this space. I don't think my weight will actually change that much, to be quite honest. I think what's going to happen is I'm going to maybe tighten up a little bit and replace muscle for fat. So I'm just flipping it. I don't feel bad about it at all, guys. I actually feel really excited and playful and joyful about it. It's kind of like testing an idea. I don't have goals about this. I'm not setting a time frame. I would like that in 6 months' time that my energy, I'd be curious, let's say, that in 6 months' time my energy will be better. I'm actually feeling a lot better energetically as well. So, and I'm wondering if Nadi needs to do it because he's a big fatty. Not really. He's chunky though. People talk about how chunky he is. Lie down, guys. Knees bent, soles of the feet on the mat. Nice long neck. Alex, if you're watching in Kapiti Valley, I'm thinking of you. Alex is a very dear friend of mine that built a house in Kapiti Valley with a donkey. That's how I tell people about us, so it's really nice. I know a few of you in town are watching and you're starting to open up your businesses, which is really, really nice. Everyone looks refreshed. Everyone's about 3 kilos heavier, so that's okay. My studio will be opening up in a month and we'll do some dynamic stuff, but I think the yin, the introspective stuff's been really good. Close your eyes, draw the chin to chest, nice long neck, chin tucked, eyes soft. Oh, back of hands on the mat to open up the clavicles so we can breathe more through the upper chest. And I might actually pull my knees to my armpits to lengthen the lower back and imprint it. That's really nice. And let's go for it. I'm going to give myself a hug to wide the shoulder blades. And there it is. That's much better. Ujjayi breath, breathing through the restriction in the base of the throat. Just watching that gentle rise and fall of the belly. We want to exaggerate the inhale, let the exhale take care of itself, just to stretch the vagus nerve in the left side of the belly and chest. Biggest relaxation nerve. When we're relaxed, it's much easier to get into the here and now. Good job, guys. And we'll do a body scan, so just lengthen the breath a little more. Getting fascinated with that exhale and that pulse, that beautiful pulse. And then bring your awareness to the big toes of both feet. Drawing a line through the arches to the heels, outer edges of the feet to the little toes, remainder of the toes, and then tops of feet. Feeling the pulse in the veins, tops of feet. And then ankles. And then spiraling up shins and calves. And then knees, and then spiraling down thighs and hamstrings. And the hips, lower back, buttocks heavy on the mat. And then middle back. And then upper back, so full torso supported by the mat, the earth underneath. Giving permission for the belly, chest and shoulders to relax. Feeling that pulse soften, the breath soften. The neck is long, the jaw is soft, the eyes soft. Everything's soft, guys. Nice and easy. And then bringing your awareness to the very top of your head, the crown of the head there. This is our seventh chakra, the crown chakra, and I'll drop in the following sutras. I'll say them 4 times each and then twice all together. So the first sutra is infinity, 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 infinity. Second sutra is immortality, 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 immortality. Third sutra is holiness, 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 holiness. And fourth sutra is enlightenment, 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 enlightenment. Infinity, immortality, holiness, enlightenment, infinity, immortality, holiness, and enlightenment. Beautiful, guys. I like to tickle the top of my head. So when we drop in infinity, really we want to connect with the feeling and sensation of non-limitation. Kids are really good at that. Immortality is making peace with death. We want to get to know the eternal existence of the soul. The soul actually never dies. Only recently did I learn that that the soul can be wounded, but also can be healed. But our spirit, our soul, is never ending. It continues on forever. And I think if we were more inclined to lean towards that truth, we would need things like religion a little less. Not that there's a problem with religion, incomplete, but yeah, that's facing our fear of death is a very profound thing to do. Holiness is being able to see the sacred in all things. We want to be able to see the sacred so we respond and sort of react. And enlightenment is the full realization of who we really are. They're pretty heavy, huh? So we want to draw in those experiences of non-limitation. We want to release our fear of death and see the sacred in all things so that we can figure out who we are or realize who we are. It's not a journey, it's a 180-degree turn. That's another thing that's really frustrating. Alright guys, so coming onto your hands and knees. I might do this at an angle today. So we're going to bring our knees together, drive the tops of the feet into the mat, and then exhale, lengthen through the armpits. Inhale, chin touch, round your back, plank, and then exhale. And just keep going with that, guys. Plank. Exhale, driving the tops of the feet into the mat, lengthening through the armpits. Plank. Exhale. Plank. Exhale. Keep going, guys. Nice. Alright guys, then walk your knees towards your wrists, and then we'll inhale, drop our belly, arching our back, and then exhale, hips touch, chin touch, round your back, lengthen through the armpits. Inhale, drop your belly. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Good job, guys. And then circles always. Rinsing out the hips. Good job, guys, and then the other direction. Alright guys, and then child's pose. Good job, guys. And then come all the way up, have a water break or a coffee break. Alright, let me just think. I kind of feel like I want to do toe stretch. It's never ending. I might actually have a bit of decaf coffee. So what I'm doing is tucking the toes, sitting my butt on my heels if that's available. Some people find it a little more comfortable, which I've never instructed, with a cushion between your ankles and your butt. It's a kind of a nice thing to do. Doesn't make the stretch underneath a little easier, it just makes you a bit more comfortable. If you want to lean forward a bit, you can. Just to take the pressure off, and then every 5 or 6 exhales you can just come up a little higher and take your time. I'm going to bring my shoulders right on top of my hips to send the full torso weight. Close your eyes. The palms face the ceiling to open up the chest. You can experiment with that. I'm still recovering from that discovery, Sadhguru discovery. Palms down, restrict your breathing. Palms up, open your breathing. Pretty amazing. I'm painting. I'm being very handy. I've been grouting my bathhouse and repainting it. It's kind of cool. I've sort of figured it out myself. I've got all the stuff, the tools. Little Ryobi rechargeable stuff. I'm really enjoying it. Now if you want to intensify it, you can shift your hips to either the left or right, making sure you do an even lean on both sides. I'll let you guys figure out how long you do that for. And the side that we're leaning away from, the stretch intensifies from the side that we move away from, generally speaking. Let me just check that. Yeah, it is. You'd think it'd be the side we're leaning into, but it's actually the side we're moving away from. The big toe and arch usually kicks in. Nice, guys. It starts to get a little noisy. I can sort of feel the stretch kick in on my left big toe. I seem to have a problem on that foot. Nice, guys, just a few more breaths. God, what do we do next, guys? I'm wondering if we should do a lunge. That keeps coming up. Revisiting the gecko pose. Can we do... You know what I might actually teach you guys is Psoas, and then we'll transition into gecko. How about that? I need a coffee for that one. Now, guys, if we do this, you're gonna... you're not going to see my head. My head's going to be cut off. All right, guys, and then change. Come onto your hands and knees. So, psoas is a deep hip flexor through here, just where you see that bony bit. So where you feel the stretch first is in the thigh, and then you'll feel it up here. I'm going to instruct it sideways. So what we do is we kneel on the cushion, our feet are at the back of the mat, and we're going to take a big step. Actually, I'll take a big step with this one so you see what's happening. So I'm going to lunge and I'm going to feel it in the thigh here first. And we'll just do this as a little warm-up. Okay? Tucking your tailbone, just a little. This is just to get the thigh out of the way in the second variation. All right, now change. Now what we're going to do is bring the hips back on top of the knee that we've been leaning on. And what we're going to do is tuck our tailbone. Okay, so we're sweeping the bottom seam forward and then keep the tuck. This butt cheek is on fire as we re-lunge. Now the stretch is still in the thigh, but you'll start to feel it here. And you want to draw this hip towards at an angle, like a 45 degree angle at this front knee. And I use the arm and hand at the same side as the knee we're leaning on to reach diagonally across. And that is going under the bridge, I love it. So keep tucking the tailbone, lunging, and I'm feeling it deep inside that hip flexor. Psoas, P-S-O-A-S. It's a butter. Every exhale, we're just dropping that knee, bending that knee at the front there, lunging down, twisting just a little. Oh, it's good to get here. For those of you that sit down a lot. And then change. Now guys, we might as well just go for the gecko, huh? So we're going to drop the hand down, and if you want, you can drop the other hand down. Drop into your elbows, and then, or just one elbow. And then change, and crab crawl. Alright guys, and then we'll do the other side, how about it? So we do a prep lunge first. Hello. I'm squishing Nadi. Excuse me. Okay guys, and then change, come all the way up. We tuck the tailbone, keep the tuck and draw that back hip towards the front knee at a diagonal, using the hand on the same side as the knee we're leaning on to bring it diagonally across. Tuck your tailbone. I love how my coffee's in the screen. Guys, that's your reward right there. Alright, Alex, if you're watching, who's nowhere near a coffee shop. Cherie, I hope you're good. I don't know if you're in New Zealand, I might message you today. And Audrey, I don't know where you are either. Lucy, I know exactly where you are. Alright, guys. No, you chose to be there. To go deeper, you can slide that back leg back. Baby. Now, I would like to go deeper and drop into my elbow, but Nadi is not allowing that. It's not allowed. Which is so annoying. Good job, guys. And then change. Wow. Nice one, guys. Savasana. How am I going to do this? It doesn't make it easier. Oh. Don't look at me. Do not look at me. Okay, guys. Tuck your tailbone. Oh, it's quite nice. Well done, guys. Infinity, mortality, holiness, and enlightenment. That's what we're going to focus on this week. Right at the top of the head there. We want to draw in. Every time we drop in a sutra, we're saying to the universe, let me draw me. Let me float downstream towards these experiences. So feeling your pulse, guys, hopefully feeling a little lighter. Stretch your arms overhead. If you want, you can just stay lying down. Otherwise, you can namaste with me in your own time. Just come to a seated. Beautiful, guys. Namaste. Have a beautiful day, and I'll see you tomorrow, okay?